Drew, MLB is right around the corner. Let's talk about some of these early season betting markets. And the thing that plagues me the most, and probably why I don't handicap Major League Baseball.
I would start off with the bullpens, Kelly, and I think that's what you were alluding to here. It is a very volatile handicap, and I've heard multiple guys in this industry, some of which I really respect their opinion on the basis, say, hey, I'm cutting out bullpens. I'm just betting first five. And I bring up the fact of one of the best things about betting baseball, Kelly, is it's a dime line, minus 105 on each side. It's pretty much half off for the sports bettor. You're having to risk $105 to win 100. When you bet first fives in a lot of sports books, you lose that. So I like to keep, the full game betting in baseball as my arsenal, really. And I try to put as much time, as much effort into researching these bullpens because, yes, it can be volatile. Yes, there's a human element to it in terms of the decision making, with the pitching coach, the manager, which guy is going to pitch at which time. But really, if you can find these bullpens early in the MLB season that are pitching lights out, it can be a huge moneymaker, guys, because really nobody knows at this point in the season what bullpens are going to be good. So if you can find the top three arms in a bullpen, that 9-inning guy, the closer, the holds guy in the 8th inning, and even the setup guy in the 7th inning, it's kind of hard to find that three really top arms in a bullpen. But if you can get that can be a huge moneymaker that can kind of shut the door and not give up some of these leads. So I would say the bullpen is the most important thing that is just under the radar in the betting markets, Kelly. And you can find more winners than losers if you can be on the right side of some of these bullpen meltdowns rather than the wrong side.
Unfortunately, Drew, I always seem to be on the wrong side of the bullpen meltdowns. And that's because usually the starting pitchers are the guys that I'm looking to bet on. But you have kind of a reverse way of looking at this. Maybe somebody's paying a little too much of a premium for someone's name.
Absolutely. I think name value is overrated in the starting pitchers kind of betting markets. And you can throw out big names all over baseball, and these guys get big contracts. And you know what they're also having to do, Kelly? Lay big numbers in the betting market. And when you're laying minus 300, minus 250, start after start, it just gets very difficult to make money because if you lose one game, that costs you a lot of money and you got to make it up. In the next couple, it's just something that I've found I don't do personally is bet on these huge, names as starting pitchers and then lay big numbers. I would much rather find a young kid coming up, a rookie, a second year guy that not a whole lot of people know, and bet on those guys. The guys, huge velocity coming up. And I don't know, just because somebody has a big contract does not mean that you should be betting on them. In fact, I would flip that on its head as well, Kelly. I would say these guys with the big contracts, they're not as hungry. Give me one of these young guns stepping up from the minor leagues that are hungry. Bet on guys, don't walk people and still have the velocity. Those are the guys where if you can find them early, they don't last long because the market's already onto this to some point, but you can get 5-6 starts out of some of these young guys where nobody really knows about, and you're not having to lay a price. But come the end of the season, that's why we're doing this, MLB early season kind of advantages here. You can get it earlier in the season rather than in the later in the season, KIV.
Drew, you're absolutely nailed it. Every single April, May, and June, these early markets, there is a $2, $3 dog that loses outright almost every single day. So be careful when you guys are laying that juice. And the third thing we need to be looking for here in mid-March, Drew, before we get into baseball season is?
I would say MLB season win totals, guys, because, hey, before the season kicks off, that's when you can get down on these. Now, some sports books have done the in-season kind of season win total market, but really the big time part to bet this is right now in the couple weeks before opening day. And I did want to point out, if you're new to betting baseball, in terms of entertainment value, what you're getting for your money, I think MLB season win totals are about as good as it gets across the sports betting landscape. And the reason being, it's a 162 game season. and you're only paying in the minus 110 market, meaning risk 110 to win 100. It's not a futures market where a lot of times, that's 40% VIG. This is just the minus 110 market, and you get that kind of longevity for your bet. So if you're somebody that's like not grinding out the MLB betting market day in, day out, come the month of June, July, the dog days of summer, this is actually a fun one. You can go out with your friends and kind of keep an eye on the season win total of the team that you're betting. Hey, did the team win tonight? So I just wanted to throw that out for like beginning bettors. It's also a simpler market. Some of these teams like the Yankees, very high right now, 94.5 wins. I don't know, in the AL East, are they really going to get there? I kind of like the Bronx Bombers to the under. And also, Kelly, I feel like the schedule, yes, we're on our second year of the balanced scheduling, but last year it was not worked in fully, in my opinion. And what I'm getting at, if you don't know what I'm talking about, is they used to play in division like 18, 19 times against all their divisions. So like the NL East would play other NL East teams 18 or 19 times. Now they're only playing like 11 or 12 times. So you're playing more Central and West division opponents. And I actually think that helps betting teams in the East on their overs, because both the NL East and AL East are very good divisions, whereas the NL Central, the AL Central, not so much. They're having to play more opponents in both the East and the West divisions. So I'm looking to bet the Central division teams in both leagues more to the under because they have more difficult games. I know it's the second year, but last year that was a huge money maker for me. I'm going to look to carry it over. I think we can get one more year of this, small advantage there in the scheduling. So, MLB season win totals, a great bet for beginners. Hey, and a good bet to make some money over the course of the full season as well, Kelly.
Maybe that's what I should do, Drew, since I don't like to bet baseball, the grind day in, day out. I'll bet maybe 5 or 6 season win totals, and that'll give me something to cheer for until football season rolls around. He is Drew Martin Bets at Drew Martin Bets. Right now, you can get 25% off his all access pass. That is 1 day up to 1 full year using coupon code TIPS25, TIPS 25. Thank you, Drew.